Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left the seas while I was sleeping, and the visions that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. That was me singing. That song is by Disturbed, Silence. I'm a big fan of that song. And that song describes what I'm going to talk about today. I've been far down the rabbit hole. I've conquered the rabbit hole. Introverted, intuition, thinking, perceiving. INTPs use their TI, which is thinking, logical, accuracy. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe what you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how far deep down the rabbit hole will go. 70% of the population are sensors. 20% of the population are intuitives. Thinking personalities is only 3% of the population. And introverts are pretty rare in society, so you can already see how frustrating it is to be an INTP. Judgers are more accepted in society. Perceivers are not. INTPs, we use our dominant function, which is TI, to make decisions. We're very analytical, very logical. It's how our brain is wired. I like knowing how things work on a very deep level. We're always in our head because of our TI, thinking. So we use our introverted thinking, TI, to figure out how the world is. It's in our nature to understand the world. People who don't use TI don't understand this. The world, to me, is a missing puzzle piece that I need to solve. We are the problem solvers. We are probably the most complex personalities. In the real world, we are living in the matrix, and we are trying to figure out how the real world works. We like to bend the rules. We're not really interested in people, but we're fascinated by them by afar. While everyone else is cool with taking the blue pill, which doesn't get you very far in life, in my opinion, they have a hard time understanding people who use this TI, dominant function. What they don't realize is I'm always solving problems in the real world that people are not aware of. And these are the people who can contribute to the world if we decide to. Intuition is I can see patterns in everything. I can make connections to things that you would not realize. Using my intuition to make sense of the world is how my brain works. I talk about things that most people don't understand and will never understand because they don't use intuition. They don't see patterns that I see in society. But people get really offended when I speak the truth. I understand that a lot of people don't like the truth. So I just enjoy the rabbit hole by myself. Going through the matrix because we are in the matrix. And as an INTP, once I have made my conclusions of what I think is true, I share knowledge with the world because that's how INTPs share knowledge. We might come off as extroverts, but we're not. It's just the fact that we're always inside our head, and when you're always inside your head, it kind of drives you insane, and you need to share the information that you have with the world. We're very aware that nobody will understand what we're talking about. So we always feel like an outcast of should I share this or should I not share this? It's very frustrating living in a world that doesn't like learning. INTPs, we are encyclopedias of knowledge. That's why we're so intimidating. People are intimidated by us because we know so much information about random things that it's hard for people to follow us. People can't keep up with our thinking because we're really intense. We're better at explaining this when writing because our brains are going 100 miles per hour, so I'm explaining this to you, but it's extremely hard. That's why INTPs make really good writers, because we can use our big fancy words we like to use. We're supposedly one of the most intelligent personalities out there.